Hello, I am Ross, and today I'm going to show you how to download our free Visible Illness Patient Summary template. Here is the Visible Illness link tree. We're going to click on Free Patient Summary. We're going to click Download, and let's enter our info. So Ross C. Burke, Visible Illness at Gmail. We're going to sign me up for the free Visible Illness newsletter. I agree to the terms and disclaimer. It's down here at the very tip bottom. There it is. I am a DIY medical advocate. I am not giving medical advice. I am not a provider. No guarantees. I'm just here to help you find care, get care. You got to click you agreed, and then I'm not a robot. No, I didn't want a caption. Okay, thank God it was just one round. And hey, we have it. Open an app. Here it is. You scroll down to the bottom, click download. We're going to save to our downloads. All right, now let's open this PDF. It says, thanks for downloading our free patient summary. Hi, this is Ross. I'm Ross. I hope this helps. Click here for the link to access the free patient summary template. If you don't want to fill this out alone, here's the link to click to get the paid version, which is also in our link tree. Here's how you use this. Up at the top, if you double click, you can see that's a header. So try not to double click up there. This is where you're going to put your name. You're going to highlight, put your name there. Date of birth here. If you have insurance, put it here. If not, delete it. If you have state insurance like Medicaid, you have two numbers. You have your insurance ID number and then you have your state ID number. So if you have Medicaid, you'll have both of those. If you don't have insurance, you'll have neither. If you have insurance, put it up here. Put a headshot here, like a passport style photo, a photo of your front of your driver's license and a photo of your insurance card if you have it. If you don't have insurance, that's okay. I just take a photo of those with my phone. I email them to myself, save it to my computer or onto my files on my phone, and then I import it like that. If you click, see on these images here, how it's got these little guys down there, it lets you wrap text in line. I might mess with these and make it in front of text or wrap text. And that's going to affect the way the words move around it. So you're going to want to mess with those and resize this stuff as needed. Ethnicity, age, pronouns, when this document was last updated. So I'd go ahead and make that current date. Insurance information, if you have any, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, Molina Healthcare, direct, or is there an IPA? An IPA, a lot of times you always gotta, is it the actual company or is it an IPA? An IPA means they have a subcontractor under them. If you have an IPA, that sucks. I'm sorry. It's not ideal. It's an extra layer of pitfalls for you. And then below that, you're going to put your assigned primary care doctor if you have one. You're going to need their name, phone number, address, fax number if you have. That's ideal. If you have an additional primary care or a treating specialist, put their info here. Make sure they need to have their name, their credentials, their contact information like phone number and fax number. Very important, your preferred pharmacy. Preferred just means which one do you want us to send it to. It's totally up to you. It's best to find a good pharmacist. It's not the pharmacy that matters, it's the pharmacist. This is what I've learned. We use CVS because we found this pharmacist, Eric, here in downtown LA, and he is the greatest. So we use Eric. Diagnosis by provider and date. So we have meticulously collected diagnoses over the last year, starting with an HEDS, then an MCAS, then a POTS. And then we got intracranial hypotension, and then we got a cranial cervical instability. So anytime we get a diagnosis, usually they're listed in your patient summary. So you go see a specialist, they type up what happened at the appointment. Usually in there, they'll list what they're called CPT codes or ICD-10 codes. And those are like numbers, like official diagnoses. You're going to want to try to get the name of the diagnoses and, if possible, the corresponding ICD-10 codes. Include the name of the person that diagnosed you and the date they diagnosed you, and do it in order. The newest first going to oldest, and it starts with thoracic outlet syndrome, intracranial hypertension, etc. You want a 6-month symptom timeline. Providers are supposed to read this. You can't skip it because if you don't have it, they're going to brush you off. So make sure your 6-month symptom timeline is up to date. I just did it month by month, February, December. So looks like I listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months and filled in the gaps. Allergies, any medication allergies, list here. You can also list medication intolerance. So you have medication allergies. That means you break on high. So you have medication intolerance. that means you took it and you had a bad reaction. It made you unwell. List those. You can prove that you were diagnosed this and you're standing your ground and saying that medication did not work for me. I'm not okay with taking it again. List the current medications. Make sure these are super accurate. Providers be messing up medications constantly. Double, triple, quadruple check your labels. Make sure you got the exact clinical name of the medication right, the exact dosage and all that. You should also have who prescribed it originally, most recently, and what pharmacy filled it, and the contact number for that pharmacy. You have to have these things. So who prescribed it? Who prescribed it most recently? Where did you get it filled most recently? And the contact number for where you got it filled most recently. This is necessary if they have to do what's called a medication verification. If you end up in the hospital, they steal all your meds and they start trying to make phone calls to verify if they're legitimate prescriptions or not. If you don't have the contact info, they're not going to find it. And then they just steal your medications. Happens all the time. This is specific information I have listed on how a provider can contact insurance and the specific portal that they use to send authorization requests for insurance. This is up to you to find out. You got to call insurance and be like, how do I have an out-of-network provider send a referral to you for a prior authorization request? So you got to call insurance or do some research, AI tools, research how to do it. Figure out how providers send authorization requests to insurance. Any other considerations? Note to technicians, use the smallest needle. You're careful when drawing blood. The patient has vascular fragility. The patient has claustrophobia. For MRIs, this is where you list that stuff. If you have HEDS, I included peer-reviewed public literature here. I listed the DOI number. The DOI numbers are the official number that you can cite when you're listing it to a provider. This is hospital stays for HEDS. This explains what anyone who's in the hospital, what they deserve for care if they have HEDS. No one has ever read this, not a single time. And if I advocate for any of this stuff, they all blow me off. Unfortunately, that is the case, but you should still always have this and advocate for these things listed here. Lastly, I actually have MRI screenshots with actual findings. So we have stylohyoid ossification, moid sinus fracture. There's a cerebral tonsillar compression malformation. So we were fortunate enough to actually have some evidence of hard signs that a specialist was able to go through the imaging with us and point out some specific MRI findings. They proved intracranial hypertension, chronic intracranial hypertension and chronic inflammation. We were able to get this. This is very hard to get. You may not be so lucky to actually have someone to sit down with you, go through the MRI findings with you and actually list out specific things. But we were fortunate enough to have found an incredible provider who was able to do that. So of course, I'm going to screenshot those findings, list who found these things and said they found them when, and include that on the patient summary because this is irrefutable evidence. If you don't need any of this stuff, just delete it. If your document is only 1 page of paper, that's great. Just having your date of birth, insurance ID number, your ID, a headshot, your health insurance card, your primary care diagnosis, medication allergies. This is all huge just to have a front and back printed piece of paper with this stuff. If you don't need all this other stuff, just delete it. Less is more. That's how you use this free resource. If you are feeling overwhelmed and don't want to complete this by yourself, I am here to help. And it's $99. You can get it here on your Linktree. And then you just pay for it. And then you send me an email. I let you pick a time. I will accommodate you. And we can do it right away. I know how time sensitive this stuff is. And it's right there on our Linktree. And we'll work together and get this filled out for you. And as always, I believe you. I see you. I believe in you. Much love.